When is the last time you laughed? And I mean really laughed. And laughed out loud. Not just write LOL in a message or use a crying face emoji, but actually were crying from laughter. Today I'm going to talk about leadership and laughter. I know what you're thinking. I can see your face. Those two things don't necessarily go together. When you pair things together, you think of rhythm and blues or peanut butter and jelly or Netflix and chill. But leadership and laughter? But journey with me if you will, and I'm going to show you how leadership and laughter have led me to being my most authentic self. So, I'm back to when you ever had a good laugh. Think about it. Think about it for a second. Who were you with? What were you laughing about? What was so funny that it made you laugh so hard? We all have different types of laughter. I see a silent laugh in the back. I see a cackle. Someone probably cackles. One of those asthmatic laughters where you don't know if the person's dying, if they need a defibrillator, or if they need help, or if you need to laugh with them, right? I've been told that I howl, so it's like a laugh that starts off kind of low and it rises up by the time you're done laughing with it. We all have different types of laughter. I'm looking around this room, and I see a room full of leaders. Leaders within your own rights. Leaders within our homes, our families, our communities, our organizations. We're all leaders. And we've all laughed at some point in our life. At least I hope you laughed at some point in your life. So we established that we're all leaders and that we all had laughed at some point in our lives. In every great TED Talk, there is a personal story. So this is story time. So this story involves me graduating from graduate school and starting my first job. And I was working for a couple of weeks at my job, and I was going to a meeting. And in the meeting room, you can kind of walk in before people see you. So I heard my coworkers talking about another coworker. And so, being the new person that I was, I decided to listen because when you're new, you need the inside scoop, right? And so I'm listening, and they're talking about someone, and they're talking about how this person never laughs, how they never seen them smile. And I'm like, who is this person that they're talking about? I don't know if I met him yet. And then they talk about how he's tall, he's Southern, and he's really nice. And I start to think, well, I'm the only person that works here who's from the South. They were talking about me. Me of all people. They were talking about me. How many people remember senior superlatives in high school? I was voted best sense of humor in high school. It was my claim to fame. If I died today in my obituary, I wanted to read Donald Coleman, best sense of humor voted in high school, Coleman. That's how much it meant to me at that moment. And so to rewind years later, and they're saying they never see me laugh or never see me smile, it caused me to think. It caused me to reflect. Dr. Brene Brown, she's a research professor at University of Houston. She studies vulnerability. And in her study, she found that in order for connection to take place, one must be authentic and vulnerable. And what I realized from that moment was I wasn't being my authentic self. I was being the leader that I thought I had to be. Brene Brown also found that in order for authenticity to take place, one must be connected. And one must have vulnerability. And one must forget who they thought they were or who they thought they should be in order to be who they are. I was being the leader I thought I should be. I took all the leadership classes, all the leadership tests, quizzes, assessments, everything. I even took a leadership quiz that told me what kind of dog I was in leadership. St. Bernard, in case if you're wondering, you were curious about it. I took everything. I had all the tools. I was prepared, but I was being someone that I wasn't. I was the youngest person there. Everyone had been working there for years, so I thought I had to be this leader, and I wasn't being my true self. And what I found from that moment was never again would I walk into any space or any place and not be my authentic self and not be my authentic, true person. Because they felt like they hadn't connected with me. And we hadn't even shared a laugh. I like to laugh. I laugh every day. And I try to drink a gallon of water per day and also get a good dosage of laughter. That's how I run every day. Neuroscientists have studied laughter, and what they found is that you're 30 more times likely to laugh with someone else than when you're alone. Laughter brings connection. Dr. Sophie Scott has studied laughter, and what she found is that we connect through laughter. Laughter is emotional. You laugh to show people that you agree with them. You laugh to show people that you like them. And laughter can also be emotional. How many people nervous laugh? Any nervous laughter? Laughing, anxiety, a little bit of discomfort. Laughter can also come from anxiety or discomfort. So when you are an authentic leader, you're in tune with the people you're working with, and you can see what kind of laughter it is. You can tell what kind of laughter it is. Authenticity is personal and it's also social. Authentic leaders, they share their experiences, they share their stories, and that's how they lead. They show up as their full selves every day, and that inspires others to be their true full selves. Right now, we currently live in a time where the moments matter the most. We Insta our moments. We snap our moments. I see somebody look like they're snapping right now because they keep putting their phone up and down. We book our moments. The moments matter the most. Laughter brings connection. Leadership happens in moments, and the moments matter. Think of a leader. I want you to think of someone you consider a leader. You probably thought back to a moment in leadership that made them a leader. The moments make you a leader. It's the moments that matter the most. Dr. Maya Angelou said that people will forget what you said, people may forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. It's the feelings. It's the connection. I know I talked a lot about laughter, but it's really not about the laughter. It's about the moments in those when the laughter occurs. It's about the connection. It's about the experience. It's about showing up as your full, true self in those moments every single time and not being afraid to show up as your true, authentic self. It matters the most. It's how you connect to people. Right now, we're living in a time when interactions are starting to be ingenuine. We connect through social media. We find out how people are doing through their day through a status or through a snap, through a 15-second Insta, which is now they're doing 60 seconds, and I'm kind of excited about it, and I hope I get 60 seconds, so I got a lot to say. But it's the moments that matter the most. So I challenge you as you think about leadership, whether you're leading within your family, work, job, that you sit back and think about the moments, the interactions that you have, because they matter the most. Thank you.